Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the top 10 buffs for Season 24 for the Open Master League. This video was requested quite a lot of times on the comment section, so shout out to all of you who leave comments down there below as well. If you want to see a specific video towards the new season again, let me know down below. I am always interested to hear what you want to see, of course, on this channel as well. And so today we're going to take a look at the top 10 buffs for the Open Master League. Today's video is going to be a little bit different compared to the other ones because for the Master League the meta is very small. So not everything is directly a buff, we're just going to generally take a look at Pokemon that are affected from the move changes. Some of them got ginormous buffs though, some of them more. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see it here today. But of course, as always, if you enjoy those type of videos, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like and subscribe. It is free and helps out the channel. So let's move in to Pokemon number 1. Starting off here with Meloetta. Meloetta is going to be a Pokemon that got buffed in one kind of way, but maybe the meta itself is going to be a bit more tricky for it this season. This Pokemon has currently access to Quick Attack, which is alright, the Psyshock and the Dazzling Gleam. None of those moves cannot got touched at all for the upcoming season, but the first move of Meloetta can also be Confusion, which got buffed and is now the ideal move to go for this Pokemon, as the energy generation of Confusion is going to be better. We don't know exactly on how much this. Here we're going to have currently +2 energy for Confusion, which is the most logical way for it. It could be even stronger though for next season, we don't know yet. But yeah, this is going to change this Pokemon quite a bit. It's going to be actually a little bit worse next season, full stop. But with the move itself, it's going to be a bit better. So it's a bit of a tough one, and this kind of showcases as well the kind of changes for this meta for the Open Master League. It just takes such a small amount of Pokemon that actually are viable currently in the Master League that even like this year, like you kind of get a little bit of a buff, but you're actually gonna get nerfed because of the Dragon type buff generally. Even though you have Dazzling Gleam, I don't know. I think this Pokemon is going to be as good as before. I think both movesets, by the way, are viable with Quick Attack as well still, or the Confusion. But yeah, Meloetta gonna get a bit of a change. But the next Pokemon on the list definitely got a bit of a bigger buff, which is going to be Eternatus. This Pokemon is going to be kind of cool as well, as a Dragon Tail is going to allow you to generate energy faster. That's going to allow you to get to the Dynamax Cannon quite fast, as well as to the Flamethrower. And especially with Flamethrower, the coverage, this Pokemon is going to benefit quite a bit from it. Having a way better average rating and climbing up to number 4 is kind of cool for this thing. As yeah, the Dragon Tail buff is kind of nice. I think here again as well, and I saw also, by the way, comments on Reddit towards it about like, oh, how do we take the current rankings for granted? We know the energy value, we can't know the energy value yet. And this is absolutely correct, and this is something that I say in every video as well. We don't know if Dragon Tail is going to actually generate 13 energy now. Could be 11, could be 12, we don't know yet. So this is currently with 13 energy on PV Poke, and Dragon Tail Eternatus with that is going to be the number 4 spot. Again, if it's going to be 12 energy, Eternatus more or likely gonna get more of a little bit of a nerf with that. But generally speaking, it's going to be a good Pokemon for the next season. It's going to be still very much alright. And we just have to see on how the energy value is going to be. But still, at the current time, this Pokemon looks quite solid and a little bit better compared to last season. Palkia is going to be next, a Pokemon that's already at number 3, and we're gonna climb up all the way to number 2. What we're gonna see as well is here on the right side, the average rating there kind of actually decreased, which is kind of interesting thing there. But yeah, the battle ranking is going to increase because it's just going to be able to spam those charge moves a bit faster, especially with Spatial Rent. Getting this one now after I think like 13 fast moves or something is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of insane. So yeah, we have Spatial Rent spam, we're going to have Aqua Tail spam on this Pokemon, and we still do some solid damage with the fast move as well, which just makes this Pokemon one of the best Pokemon you can run for the upcoming season. And I also can see, by the way, that Fire Blast would be really good on this Pokemon as well instead of the Spatial Rent, because you're even going to get there a little bit faster, which is going to allow you to trap Pokemon like, for example, the Zacian or the Zamazenta. Next up, we're going to have Groudon. This Pokemon already is going to have a very solid average rating of 550. This is going to be very good this season already, but next season it's going to go up to 604, which is, I think, the highest one that I've seen so far with the Dragon Tail instead of the Mudshot. Climbing up to number 5, which is kind of crazy, but generally for the meta, it's going to be one of the best Pokemon you can run, as you're going to get faster onto Pressure's Blades, which is going to be crazy. You're going to have great coverage against the current meta with Dragon Tail generally. Ground typing is itself very good against all the Steel type Pokemon. You're going to have a lot of play with Groudon next season, but again, it really depends on how the energy level is going to be for the Dragon Tail. We don't know about that. We will see in the future, and we can move on to the next Pokemon, which is going to be Kyurem White. Kyurem White is going to get a bigger buff than Kyurem Black. Kyurem White has Dragon Breath, Kyurem Black has a Dragon Tail. Again, we don't know the energy value for Dragon Tail, but for example, for Dragon Breath, we can basically guarantee that it's going to be 4 energy, because 5 energy would make it absolutely way too broken. So 4 energy is the only way it can go. And as you're going to see here, with generating more energy, you're going to have better coverage with the Fusion Flare. And Fusion Flare coverage is super overpowered in this meta, which is going to allow you to just win way more matchups. You climb up a decent amount of average rings there as well, but even the Pokemon they're going to lose against, Station, you have super effective coverage with Fusion Flare. If you have some energy, you're going to be fine. Zamazenta, you have the same. You have Eternatus and Palkia, which you still do super effective damage with the fast move, and still Ice Beam going to one-shot them. Reshiram, same goes there as well. Dragon Breath and Ice Beam going to knock them. And then Primarina is the only real answer to this Pokemon, which can resist all of the hits, but has to run Charm as well in the Primarina in order to have a chance against the Kyurem White. So, yeah, Kyurem White is mostly one of the most broken Pokemon that it can run, especially now with the Dragon Breath change. This Pokemon is going to be absolutely fantastic. Lugia is going to be up next. Number 36 currently, which got buffed, like this Pokemon got buffed recently with Fly, which is kind of cool, and now it's going to get buffed even further with a Dragon Tail generating more energy, putting this Pokemon all the way to number 3 spot. This is going to allow you to have a very bulky Pokemon that is very, very neutral in matchups, which is going to be super good, especially like in like Elite or something like this, to align yourself later on. You can kind of force the opponent to invest shields even with it, as you have Aero Blast, which you're going to get faster to now, and you don't really have to use shields on your own because you have that crazy bulk on that Lugia. So yeah, this is going to be a Pokemon that you definitely want to have for the upcoming Master League meta, and a Pokemon that I think a lot of people are looking forward to. Zygarde Complete is going to be next year. This Pokemon also got a strict upgrade. This Pokemon already was very, very good because it had the most amount of bulk next to Lugia as well for the Open Master League. And this Pokemon is going to get the buff with Dragon Tail, which now allows it to use the move Earthquake a little bit more effectively, which is going to be great for it. Better average rating, better win rate. Yeah, this Pokemon is just going to be absolutely fantastic for the next Master League season. Same goes for the Ultra League as well, where it already was in the one video that I did about it. So yeah, this Pokemon is definitely a must-have for the upcoming meta. Is this the same for Latios? Latios going to have three differences actually. You have Dragon Breath, you have Dragon Claw, and you have also no access to the move Aura Sphere. And as you can see, it's going to bump up the Pokemon quite a bit to rank 28, so quite a big climb there in general for this Pokemon. But the Dragon Breath change is good for it. The Dragon Claw change is not that great for it. And as you can see here, this Pokemon is going to be alright. It's going to be solid. I can't see it dominating in the meta, even though it's very, very high ranked. I think it's going to be performing a little bit worse than some of the Pokemon that are lower ranked than this one. And again, you're going to have a lot of Dragon types in here as well. We're going to have Dragon Tail version of Salamence, but this Pokemon also got added the move Brutal Swing, which is going to allow it to just perform so much better, as you're going to have now a cheap move that you're going to get to super, super fast as well with this Pokemon. So yeah, not really much else to say here. This Pokemon is absolutely fantastic. A lot of, especially offensive pressure from this Pokemon here. But let's move on to the next one. That should be also the final one for today's video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this one. We're going to have here the Dialga. Dialga Origin Form is going to be a great one to run for the upcoming season. This Pokemon is going to benefit quite greatly from the upcoming season, as you're going to have a season of mainly Dragon and Fairy type Pokemon. You have a Dragon type that's going to be able to take neutral damage only from Dragon type Pokemon against it, but also we're going to have super effective coverage against them with Dragon Breath as well as the Spatial Rent. And then for potential Fairy types, you're going to have still the Iron Head. Spatial Rent, I want to say Roar of Time, of course. Sorry about that. Dragon Breath and Roar of Time, of course, here. But yeah, with the Iron Head, you're going to have coverage against the Fairy type Pokemon, which is going to be great for it. And with that, Dialga is going to be one of those Pokemon that you really want to build again, which is cool because what we see here is that we're going to have Pokemon that are coming back from the past. And I really enjoy this kind of stuff. Like, if a Pokemon that was good before already kind of fell off, it's always kind of cool to see them kind of coming back. Dialga is coming back. There were a few more, like Lugia, for example, that has been meta before, but then kind of dropped off. And so, this is going to be it. This is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like and take a look at the videos on the top there as well. And maybe you haven't seen one of them, check them out, and I will see you then.